That's usually how it goes with these guys. Once the green flag flies, they're a good group of guys. Once the green flag comes out, these guys lose their mind. We might have to get Eric, our turn 4 flagman, to work here to get Greg ready. Now we got the 4 race control talking to him where it needs to be. I think, maybe, we'll see. Well, they're going to restart however they want. We're going back green. Start. a hurry. Come on, look around here.
Turns 3 and 4, they're starting a line of a speed ride down there at 1 and 2. Rich, a very versatile driver. It should be interesting to see what we can do on there. Yeah, it'll be fun. Again, Friday night is open practice, so if any of you race fans want to go out there, general admission is free. So if you want to come out there on a Friday night and watch some of these trucks practice, you can do that. And then, of course, next Saturday night, under the light, will be a 25-lap feature, $2,000 to win. Back to racing. Are you guys still awake out there? Ready to get back racing? Alright, thanks for hanging in there. But that's never what you want to have happen, but we've got to clean up that racetrack, so we shall see if the track is clear. We'll know when they go down into turn number 1.
I can place it on the front of that thing. Frank's car. Here we go.
Go to patreon.com/Speedway Video now.
Blew a hole through that motor. You basically stick your foot through. They've been working on that thing, trying to fix it. Jim was helping Mike get the car back together. So Mike said, if you fix it, you can go race it. So that's why Jim Snyder is behind the wheel of Mike Smith's number 68. And Lee's going to take the green flag and get some points and hopefully get a couple laps in. And hopefully the engine will stay together for him. Mike Smith used to work the back crossover gate here at Smyrna Speedway. He was our featured driver on our Facebook page here this weekend. Let's know more about Mike trying to hang on with this first quarter lap. Right? He's trying to take that away. He's trying to break that contract.
car, sends it for a spin, much like he did in the heat race. Didn't hit anything and he stays green. So Mike Off's going to have to get back out there and rejoin the field in a hurry. Todd Smith, the old driver of that car, working on that thing. So here we go. Let's go back to green flag. James Adams, the 29 to race into the 4. Greg Lewis Sr. to the 5, Mike Austin. And the 52 for Michael McCormick, Jim Snyder hanging out there in the 6. Here we go. Fight back now. Over to the 4 car from the high side. Adams comes up. And they make a little contact. Back to the bottom. Goes out to the wild at the front. But Adams sends it in there. That car works so well. Up on the high side. Here comes the 52 now. Michael Austin taking his sweet time, enjoying his final lap out there on the speedway. It's like, I paid my money, I'm going to enjoy every second of track time tonight. Here you go, Michael Austin. Oh man, he wants to run the rookie. And here he comes, ladies and gentlemen, in the shower down here. James Adams to race winner for the Bombers. And he does not look pleased. Marlene gives him a water bottle shower down here.
a lot of team members down here. He's going to go over and congratulate some of the guys here. Or give congratulations, I should say. Big team of people down here working on this thing. We'll see if we can get James up here. James, how's it going over here? Congratulations, another big win for you here in this bomber car. Had a pretty good night with it, won the heat, won the feature. Greg Bruce didn't make it easy for you on that car before.
No, we did. I tell you what, I gotta give hats off to him. He drove me clean. He took a good race. You can't ask for no better pass than not being finished. It was good racing. We've had our differences, but we're getting there. We don't race hard, we all want to win. But my car was some stuff tonight. We've been working on it for the last few weeks. I gotta thank Topher that was training. He's one of the things that happened. So if it wasn't for him, I wouldn't have this car, I wouldn't have the Sportsman. Because he's the one who pulled up money on this thing. If anybody needs any screen work done, call Edward Screen and let them do it for you because he supports me. And I gotta thank Angelica Graphics, Adam DeLand. They're the ones that wrap the car. And I gotta thank my wife because she lets me do it. She's one of the ones that works out all the money too. But and my crew, Coop, Jim, George, they work their asses off on both cars. And Mike Smith, I can't forget about him. Whoops.
Easy to forget. No, I'm just kidding. Big team effort down here. It looked like your car was so hooked up, you were able to run that top side and carry so much momentum. What made your car so good up there?
No, we just been working on it. I mean, it's been nonstop, and we finally got it. We figured out what we needed to do and get all the tow right, the capture camber. We've been fighting that. It's been a battle, but now we got it hooked up on the outside and on the bottom. So we'll see what happens.
Basically, the feel better watch out, right?
I wouldn't say that. I mean, I got lucky tonight, so.
Well, congratulations on a big win. Go get him in the Sportsman. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for James Adams in car number 29.
Go to patreon.com/Speedway Video now.
looks like the race suit's giving more trouble than the competition tonight. Tyler, back to see you. Good to see you back to your nickname here, living up to the Dominator. You flat out dominated that race.
Yeah, it feels good to be back in victory lane, man. The past couple weeks have been pretty rough with a couple things going wrong and just not going our night. You know, it's good to be back. You know, not the best way to do it, but you know, don't like anyone losing motors or anything like that. But you know, it still is a win's a win. So I'm glad to be back, and this is gonna go a long way.
Hey, always take them however you can get them. It was a shame to see the 31 up on the trailer. You guys had a pretty good little battle there. In the heat, I was looking forward to seeing it, but like I said, a win's a win. Take them any way you can get them.
Yeah, that's it. Like I said, you know, happy Father's Day. You know, my dad over there, he's the man. So, but yeah, like I said, it feels really good to be back in victory lane, and yeah, hopefully it was a good show for you guys.
It was, and watch out for this guy. Shane Satoris coming over to bow down and praise him. Good show of sportsmanship there. Real quick here, Tyler, anyone that you would like to thank? You know, you got a lot of sponsors on this thing.
Well, just my entire family, man. They put in the work during the week, and on race day, when something like that happens, you know, like you did in the heat race, you know, if it wasn't for them, we probably would have been back on the track for tonight. So thank you guys, and I love you guys all.
Tyler, congratulations. Great run out there. Ladies and gentlemen, make some noise. Tyler Simpson, your race winner. Nonetheless, still second, a good run.
Well, I was just doing everything that I could. I had the part of the front suspension gave me a problem earlier in practice. And then during the race, as I was going out, I've been having some transmission difficulty. And going out on the race, I've never even heard this noise. I was able to get it in gear, and I left it alone, and I just prayed every lap that it would make it to the end. I'm not sure I'll be able to move from right here, so I'm really thankful that I got a second tonight.
Good thing we have a push truck, right?
Absolutely, as long as he's nice and easy on the back. And I want to thank Ted Volpius for all the hard work that he does, because he keeps more than half of the class out here, and he's been just a good friend and a great mentor and a big help, and I just appreciate him a lot.
Well, Brad, we appreciate you being here as always. Brad Blayton, a good run in second place here tonight. Now we'll find Mr. Shane Satoris, the pizza man, having one of his best runs. Shane, you're getting better and better in this old 19 car. The pizza man going to be a contender here before too long, I think.
Yeah, we got to the lead. We're doing good, and about halfway through the race, we got a push for the wall, and I just started having to back out of it a lot more. Tried different parts of the racetrack, and went away. If we could have stayed out front, I think we had a race.
Well, you've come a long way. You started out, you struggled a little bit. Now here you go, a nice top 3 run. It's going to feel pretty good for your rookie season.
Man, we've been working on this thing till 3 in the morning every day of the week, and it's been getting nothing but faster and faster. Rookie bomber driver stepping up to a Mod Mini. I'm coming.
Oh, so there it is. Shane Satoris, car number 19. Great run. Make some noise for him. Keep your eye on this kid. Mark Broke here. Mark Broke, good to see him out here. Tough break there with his car and Rex car, but Mark's one of the nicest guys. He'll let anybody drive his car to keep him up there in the points. So ladies and gentlemen, how about a nice round of applause for our top 3 Mod Mini finishers tonight.
Go to patreon.com/speedwayvideo now.
It's going to be very, very interesting to see. And here's the green flag, ladies and gentlemen. Green flag is out there. Here's this thing, and there's some sparks as it goes down into turn number 1.
1904.
And he's bringing it in. Way down here, we'll have a few words with him, see what he's got to say about running his Florida late model on asphalt here. We got about 5 free tickets for next Saturday night when we find out who wants to go to Volusia next week, and I'll let Ryan hand them out. He can be the bad guy when everybody raises their hand and then we don't have enough tickets. Not a bad job out there. What do you think?
It's interesting. Dirt car on an asphalt track, can't get more better than that.
You were getting a little braver each lap out there. You started out about a 19.6, got it down to a 19, I think, 0.4, something like that. What's the biggest difference, the biggest challenge you had?
The biggest challenge I had was probably going into the corner, because if you go, obviously you're going too hard, the back end should come out. I think the last couple laps I was doing that. So I just need a little bit more gearing and it'll be even faster.
So on the way home tonight, you're going to call all your buddies in the Florida Late Model Series and say, you know what, guys? You need to bring these cars to New Smyrna.
Oh yeah. We already did it last night.
Ryan, where's Ryan? Ryan, got any questions for this guy over here?
Yeah, I'm going to pick your brain a little bit. So, when you get on the phone and call these guys and say, hey, I was stable out there, I had the thing under control, there's no problems, what else are you going to tell them? I mean, after seeing that, I think there's no reason why we can't get a bunch of these guys out here and put on a well of show.
Oh no, I definitely think we can go 2, 3 wide on this track. Because we have so much more grid, and with a 4-link suspension, we can go in the turns a lot faster than the asphalt late models.
Yeah, it looked like you were carrying some really good speed. Was it, now you drove trucks out here in February. Was it more fun driving this thing than those trucks? Looks like you had a little bit more maneuverability in this car.
Yeah, the trucks were fun, but with this thing, I'm used to these, so it was definitely a lot more fun.
All right, man. Well, hey, we appreciate you coming out here, putting on this exhibition. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Michael Whipple and Tom Whipple here from Volusia, bringing this car out here to give us just a little bit of a sneak peek, a little something to build on. We'll get those late models out here, and I think it's going to be a great show. Give it up for them one more time, folks.
Go to patreon.com/speedwayvideo now.
So coming up after the E-Mod, we'll do the Super Stock 50, the main event of the night here, folks. After that, we will give away our 50-50 raffle drawing, so you can make sure you stick around for that if you have tickets. It looks like we have $280 here tonight, so we'll do 250 rounds. Mike Dawkins surrendered the second spot now to the third car. Congratulations. Up there, heavy sparks on his Right down, bring it on, turn number 4. Ladies and gentlemen, David LeBeau. Here he comes, ladies and gentlemen. David LeBeau, your winner for the Agmt tonight. All right, David. We'll get you around here and grab a quick word with you. Now, last week, you really had to earn it because of the drop of the green flag. You had all kinds of problems. The car eventually came back around. You were able to get back up front. Tonight, you flat out dominated. Greg Bruce gave you a run early, and then you're able to pull away. It looks like you got everything worked out on this car.
Yeah, he was right there. I could see him, and Jay was telling me it's about a car length or half a car length. So he had me working. I wasn't by no means resting in the car. But last week, I was remiss. I didn't thank Russ Mohr. And I love that dude. I love all these guys. Russ, Phil, Dave, Mark, Pop, Russ's brother, I forgot his name already. But we all work together as a team, and that's what makes it fun. We don't have the biggest amount of money. We all share parts, help each other. And that's what makes it happen. And if any of you guys want a picture down here with the ADA, please come down. You're more than welcome to get a picture. Jay, of course Jay knows. Where is he?
David, you're going to forget everybody.
Thank you for telling me. Jay, thank you, buddy. Hell of a job over here.
It's a whole team effort, isn't it, when it comes to this racing stuff?
It definitely is. It's a family effort, and it takes a lot out of your family life to keep these cars ready and running. So it's a big sacrifice for everybody. So we appreciate you guys coming to watch us. We love doing this. We'll do it if there's just 2 cars out here or 50 cars out here. We love to race, so that's what we're here for.
David, we appreciate you too, man. Congratulations. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for David LeBeau and Connor Mohr 88. We'll let him get this picture real quick. We'll talk to Greg Bruce because the super stocks are antsy. They're getting ready to come out here. So quickly, we'll run down here and talk to Greg. Good finish for the first night out. Greg, good to see you back here at the racetrack. I know you've been helping your dad out a little bit there, but coming out with the Agmt tonight. Good run in second. It looked like you had the speed. You got to work on the handling just a little bit.
Yeah, she was a little squirrely. I had the motor to get up there, but I decided to back off. That way we didn't cause no hectic out there, you know. It ain't worth it. First night back with the car. Still got a lot of stuff to upgrade, change, and get it 100% for this class, but we're here. We tested tonight, and we're doing good, so we'll be back.
Oh, like I said, good to see you back out here. Real quick, anyone that you'd like to thank for your effort tonight?
Yeah, I'd like to thank All Auto Salvage, Ralph Foss, Dan Montalou for everything they do for me. For the bomber cars, they help out on this car here and there. And I'd like to thank my stepfather. He's the car owner, Rick Lyons. He lets me drive this thing, lets me do what I want with it. So I really thank him for the opportunity. I mean, just all y'all giving me the chance to have a competitive car to race in a decent class. I couldn't keep up with the bigger guys, so this really makes me feel good. I appreciate it.
Well, we appreciate you too, man. Congratulations. Great run for Greg Bruce Jr. Give it up for him in second place tonight, ladies and gentlemen. And how about another round of applause for David LeBeau and his entire team down here.
Go to patreon.com/Speedway Video now.
Looks like we have 11 cars to take the green flag. I told you guys after qualifying there'd be a couple more. You have a 21 and 14, so here we go. 50 laps, one of those competitive divisions, one of the more wild divisions we see out here. 50 laps go a long way, so hopefully they all remember that they got to be around to win it. So here we go, he comes on, big truck pulls off. best car. Can he survive the restart? He's going to get a good jump and get away from these guys. Because they're not afraid to play bumper tag out there with these super stocks. Another reminder, next weekend, no racing here at the high banks on the asphalt, but plenty of racing over at Smyrna Speedway. 7 laps to go to try to settle this one. New player up the front, the 16 is David Gould. He'll be on the outside as Michael Trockey, and a restart on the inside. Leader gets lane choice, so Trockey goes downstairs. Michael. Another victory for you, man. And, you know, in qualifying, you showed everybody you had the fastest car. Of course, we stuck you back there at 6th, but you cut right through the field in no time, and you ran away with it. So I'm sure we talked about it on the podcast earlier, like, I don't want late race yellow. Did that go through your head with that restart with 7 to go?
Yeah, a little bit. I knew a motto would maybe have something for me, or anything, but I don't know. But on that last restart, it felt like there was oil or something down the middle of 1 and 2.
Yeah, it looked like as the race was going on, you guys started getting a little bit slick out there, sliding around, probably tires wearing, car getting hot and all that. I thought for a while it was going to go clean and green, but of course we had to make it interesting for you. But man, you're so calm, cool, and collected on those restarts. Green flag came out, you were gone. What makes this car so good?
My dad, Jason Boyd, has been working on it all night, a couple nights a week. Just a lot of hard work.
Hey, you got a lot of sponsors on this car. I'd like to go ahead and give them a shout out here.
Direct Millwork, Discount Propane, Jim Farmer's Auto Mall, and everyone else is helping.
So I think you're up to 7 wins now. What's the goal now? Are you trying to get to double digits?
Oh yeah, trying to win everyone we come to.
Trying to win them all. There you go, ladies and gentlemen. Give it up for Michael Trockey, your race winner for the Super Stock 50 here tonight. Dominating performance for this youngster. Watch him make his way up through the ranks here at New Smyrna. And now we'll talk to our second place finisher, David Gould. You're sitting back there in fourth spot. And I think we all saw it coming, the 2X, the 18 get together. And here you are, you wind up with a second place finish. Pretty good run for you.
Yeah, I think Amato was dropping some water or something. He started getting hot. That's why he didn't get restarted. But it was a good race, man. We still got a little work to do on this thing.
It looks like a couple more tweaks. The 44, he's so tough right now. What do you need to get up there and beat him?
Just fix my car.
Just fix your car. It's just as easy as that, right?
Yeah, I wish it was that easy. But yeah, once we get the car fixed, I think we can run with him.
And hey, you've done it before. We've seen you right up there. Who would you like to thank for all your efforts here this season?
I want to thank my wife, first of all. David Russell, of course. Jason, he still puts a good car. Don showed up tonight, so and then these fans out here, man. Way to go, guys!
Well, now you're making some fans. You're gonna make another one. I want to have you reach in. You're gonna be the man responsible for the 50-50 here tonight. Reach on in there and grab us a winner. Guys, get those 50-50 tickets ready. If you win it, you give it to me.
Okay.
All right, sounds good. All right, so he's picked the winning 50-50. We're looking for 622736. 622736, and it's not David Gould, so it's one of you all. If that's you, see me up at the tower once we're done with Victory Lane. Again, 622736. Get it up for David Gould in his second place run here tonight. Now let's see if we can find George Spears here coming home in third after a eventful day. Oh, George, you have this thing running good. You led early. That 44, he's bad fast, and then a little bit of contact there. What happened from your point of view?
Oh, I got a motto again, like I always do. That's what I call it. I get a motto.
Still a good comeback. You're able to bring it home in third. I think you got a couple more laps. You might have gotten David Gould for second.
Yeah, honestly, I don't see why I had to go to the rear. I was turned, but that's the way it is.
Yeah, unfortunately, I don't think he ever tapped out or anything. So it's a tough break there, but still a good rebound for you, even though I'm sure you're still not too happy.
Not at all. We've been busting mud on this car all day long, changing stuff. We finally got it fast, and this is what we get. We get a motto.
Well,
I'm gonna trademark that, as a matter of fact.
You're gonna trademark that? Well, hopefully that doesn't happen anymore for you.
Yeah, right.
Well, do you have anyone that you'd like to thank for all your efforts? Still a great rebound for you to get back up to third.
Yeah, we're happy. Second would have been nice. We didn't have anything for the fourth four, naturally. This car is just in a class of its own. But we'll keep working and see where we can get. It is what it is, Hopefully we can get past clean once, maybe.
Well, I'm sure that'll happen. You'll be right up there. Great run. Third place for George Spears in car number 18. Give it up for him, ladies and gentlemen. George Spears, third place tonight.
Go to patreon.com/speedwayvideo now.
Here's this picture tonight. We have the 60 Richard Story, the 29 for game down to the 12 Ride. 31 Jason Gibbons, 33 Mike Dom, and 21 for George Dom. There's the field. 25 laps of the final race tonight. win number 2 on the season. James Adams with a heck of a battle there. Steve Barnes gets it done. Steve Barnes with a salute to the fans here as he comes down the front straightaway. With the American flying out the window, that's what he was doing. Make some noise for Steve Barnes as he drives it into Hampton in victory lane. James, so close. You told me today you guys were going to be good, and you were so good, so close, but still has to feel great to come home in second place.
I tell you what, I can't thank my crew enough, man. These guys, they worked their asses off. Sorry about that. And I got to thank the fans for sticking around because we were the last race, you know, for them to watch, and they stuck around and watched us. We appreciate it. But I got to thank Russell. Russell with Edgewater Screen. He is the one that dumped all this money in his car in the last 2 weeks. I know I'm getting ready to piss some people off. I'm sorry, but hashtag Jason Boyd, thank you.
So that's the secret weapon, huh?
Yeah.
Secret's out now.
Yeah, it is, and he's did good, and we wanted to try it, and you know, there's other people we could have went to, and our options aren't still closed, so.
Well, hey, you keep working on this thing, you'll be right there. Great job, second place, though. James Adams, second place here tonight.
Yeah, I gotta thank Delicati Graphics because they're the ones that put the wrap on this car, and like I said, Russell with Edgewater Screen, my crew, my wife lets me do it, so I can't thank her enough, and that's all it is. Appreciate the fans.
Hey man, you keep at it, we'll talk to you one spot up, and then we're gonna head over here right now, we'll follow James over there. James is gonna give him a handshake. Pretty good race between you guys. Steve, congratulations, second career win, man, you are having a great season out here.
Yeah, I gotta really thank the guys that helped me, Andrew and Dennis. When the 31 got into us in the heat race, it bent the spindle, it bent the shock, it bent the tie rod. I mean, that car is really hurt. So they put it back together. If you looked at the shaft, what is it? It's a shaft of the shock. Thank you.
There you go, you tried to mix the two together.
I did. I'm telling you, it's bent like that. It's visibly bent. It's terrible. But managed to keep it out front, and I'm grateful for that. So appreciate the help. Dennis and Andrew did a great job.
What'd you think of that 29 car right behind you? He kept you honest, made you earn this one.
He did. I kept hearing the spotter. Yep, he's two back. He's only two back. He had no, so I was just doing what I needed to do to stay out front. So got to thank EJ American Auto Sportsman. They do a lot. Atlanta's contractors, and I actually have sponsors.
You do. Why don't you go ahead and give them a shout out? Nice to see some stickers on this thing.
Yeah, WNDB, Coast Country, and the Hog are a big help. So I appreciate it to all those guys. And fans, thanks for coming out. Both of you that'll laugh, we appreciate it.
Steve, congratulations. Another great run. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Steve Barnes, your American Auto Sportsman winner tonight. And he'll extend that points lead. Things are looking good for the 58 team here at Nau Smyrna Speedway. Let's see if we can find our third place finisher, Mr. Danny Fry, in car number 12. Well, Danny, it's good to see you up here, man. Great run. You needed, I think you needed one caution to get up there and battle. We know you had a good car. You had a great run in the heat race. Do you think if you had a caution, you could have contended with those two?
Definitely. Caution would have helped close us back up a little bit. I came from pretty far back after I got by the 60. Still happy. I ran them down quite a bit. But yeah, that caution would have really helped, and it would have been a good finish if we would have got the caution. I mean, it would have been close. So, want to thank Bud Lumber, my dad, Father's Day, I was supposed to win. Say that, but oh well. Third will work. But yeah, I mean, we do a lot of work on this car, and we're happy. I'm happy. I finished third. Yeah, it's all good.
Hey, you brought it home in one piece in third, and you know, it's not too bad. And like I said, I really truly think that if we would have gotten a caution, you were so fast in the heat race, and that invert, that initial start just kind of got you behind the 8 ball just a little bit.
Yeah, the start, you know, I didn't want to do anything crazy. You got a little dicey right there, but the 39 kind of just backed off, and I got stuck behind them, and then got stuck, you know, behind the 31 there for a minute, and then trying to chase down the 60. The 60's getting better every week. He's harder to pass. Once I got by him, like I said, I was just a little bit too far behind, and that caution would have helped. But hey, you know, a green flag race is always fun too. It makes you really have to drive hard and you know, be consistent. And you know, I pushed the car as hard as I could push it there to try and catch him, and I just didn't quite have enough to get there. If I'd have got there, it might have been fun, but maybe next time.
Congratulations on the great run. Third place for Danny Fry in car number 12. Make some noise for him, ladies and gentlemen. Give it up for Steve Barnes one more time. And ladies and gentlemen, that's going to wrap it up from us here at New Smyrna Speedway. Appreciate you guys hanging around. You guys are the true diehards. My name's Ryan Stevens. I'll see you at Evolution next week. And if you don't make it there, come on out and see us in 2 weeks. We'll be back at it again. Thank you and have a good night, everybody.